Hey kids, it's Bunny with another junk journal, and this one I call Tranquility, and it's just full of peaceful images. It is hardback, made of chipboard with a pretty fabric covering and little fringe and big old pink ribbon holding it together. And we'll take it out and see what's inside. Okay. Inside, here we go. We have a vellum pocket with a vintage photograph and a miniature folder with a little card, journaling card inside, a big journaling card, blank on the back so you can journal on it, and a note from me about the journal for those who don't know what a junk journal is and how it works and all that good stuff. And we have a lot of pretty pictures with pretty ribbon on the edges of a lot of pages. And in this tuck we have journaling cards and a tag, and this tag on the back has a little pocket with a little journaling card on it. And here is some vintage ephemera. All my vintage ephemera is authentic, not replicas. And this is for Hancock's Royal Worcester Paste for Raised Gold, whatever that is. Only 25 cents. And we have coffee dyed paper throughout that you can write on. Here's some vintage page from a magazine, some handmade paper with flower petals in it, doily, more coffee dyed vellum paper, which crackles nicely. This is a page from Edith Holden book. And in this little tuck, which flips open, and you can write in there, is a journaling card. I think she looks like Julia Roberts. And a vintage photograph, Minnesotans, and a little miniature envelope, and inside is a miniature there we go, miniature journaling card, which kept trying to escape me. This is rice paper, and here's just some pretty scrapbook paper with a little bit of stenciling on it. The page from the old 1937, I think, Cinema Arts magazine. And this is a page from a vintage book. Here's some vintage paper that flips out, so there's a lot of journaling space there. There's some vintage sheet music, and have little clusters here and there, lots of little details, fabric, what do you call it? Anyway, and moving on, We have another tuck with journaling cards. And another pretty tag. Here's some vintage ephemera coupon that came in some butter apparently for aluminum ware. And a little teeny weeny envelope, and inside is teeny weeny journaling card. Itsy bitsy. And more of the flip out page. More from the vintage magazine. Another pretty place to write. And rice paper. And here we have a pretty pocket with a couple of pretty journaling cards in it. And this is more Edith Holden. More vellum. Handmade paper. And the signature has a pretty pocket with a pretty journaling card and a tag. This is one that has a pocket on the back with a little journaling card in it. Here's some vintage wallpaper, kind of a silvery color. A page from another vintage old book. Here is an envelope with a vintage photograph in it. And just some ledger paper. Vintage magazine page. Journaling card. Vintage ephemera, sweet treats, the no-cook way. Probably from the 50s or 60s. We have tassels. And excuse me, we have more handmade paper. This is a different kind of handmade paper. More rice paper. This is a page from a vintage Creole cookbook. And here's more vintage sheet music, Jealous Heart. Page from a vintage book. And in this tuck is a journaling card and a tag and a small envelope with a small journaling card inside. Lots of little details. And here's another bag. And in here we have a miniature journal with miniature ephemera. And it's a little miniature bag, and it's got something in there. It's really cute. And here is a pocket with a cabinet card, very small cabinet card. Someone's grandmother, and pretty journaling card. And this pocket actually opens up, and so you can write inside of it, and it folds right back together like, whoops, like that. I got it caught somehow. I'll fix that. But anyway, it comes together easily when it's not caught on something. Here's more wallpaper. And in this little flip-up tuck is another pretty journaling card. And some top value stamps from back in the day. Here's a big tag with a pocket on the back with a small journaling card in it. More handmade paper. Here's some vintage, just something from a vintage ledger. More scrapbook paper, vellum. Here's more of that vintage paper that's big and flips out. So you have plenty of room to write there. More from Cinema Arts magazine. And here's a tuck with some pretty journaling cards. And another miniature envelope with a miniature teeny tiny card inside. More rice paper, sheet music. And here's a pretty pocket with a vintage photograph. And these are either very small trees or very tall people. Not sure which. Maybe it's a Christmas tree farm. That would be it. And here's another big flip out page. More vellum. Handmade paper. In this tuck are some pretty journaling cards and another big tag. I'm trying to go fast before my dog wakes up and starts barking, or I'll run out of battery. Another tag and journaling card, and here's another miniature file folder with a little card in it. And here's some pretty pink tassels, which I love. More from the Creole cookbook, handmade paper, more pretty journaling cards. And here's vintage from a page from a book of etchings. That's very interesting. Here's another bag with a pretty journaling card inside. There's another fabric ruffle. Ruffle, that's the word. I knew I'd think of it eventually. And here's some more journaling cards. And a tag and a tiny envelope with a tiny journaling card inside. And here's another bag with a vintage photograph. More journaling cards. And here is a little booklet. Tells you how to plate something. Silver plate, I guess. Plating done easy. Done with the Hoover electroplater. everything you need to know to plate something. And this is more wallpaper. Pretty. Journaling card. Big old tag. And small envelope. And it probably has a journaling card in it. Yeah. Small journaling card. Oh, and here we are at the back. And at the back we have another small journal that you can jot notes in, and a cabinet card showing this beautiful bride, or it might be communion actually. I think this is communion. And that's the Tranquility journal, done at high speed, but now you can be tranquil and go to my website and my Etsy store, Treasure Journals, and learn more about it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.